Trump over the weekend made good his threat to make the president of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, answer charges of drug trafficking and related offenses, as a select team of U.S. Special Forces stormed Maduro's highly fortified residence and arrested him and his wife and brought them to the United States for interdiction. The action of the United States has sparked outrage across the world, with the United Nations, Russia, and China condemning the action and describing it as an act of aggression against a sovereign. Joining us to discuss the issues of the U.S. aggression against a sovereign and Israel's sudden interest in Nigeria is the former Minister of Foreign Affairs, Professor Bolaji Akinyemi, who turned 84 years old yesterday. He also touched on Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu issuing a strong warning against Christian persecution in Nigeria. Good morning, Prof, and thank you for joining us. And happy birthday to you. Congratulations. We didn't get the memo. I was tempted to come, but I realized that I didn't get an invitation. So I shouldn't get crash. But happy birthday to you on the same.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Prof, there are implications, Daddy.
Happy birthday. 84
there are implications.
No. First of all, good morning, Dr. Abati. Good morning, Ayo. Good morning, Rufai.
Good morning, Daddy.
Now, and happy New Year.
Yes.
Now, when you get to my age, the party is the other way around. My pockets are empty at 84, so I'm expecting you to put
Fair
on
enough.
a party for me. So, fair enough.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Let's start with Venezuela
You know,
and Trump.
yes. This is not a good way to start a new year. It isn't at all. This is nothing but piracy, brigandage, a violation of international law, a violation of the Charter of the United Nations. There is no justification for it at all. Now, let's get one thing clear. The former president of Venezuela was not a good fellow. But then there are so many heads of states who are not good fellows in the world. And nobody has given authorization to either the United States or any to go in and be the policeman of the world in dealing with matters like that. My fear is that nothing prevents now Putin from going in to Ukraine to pick up the president there. Nothing prevents China from now going into Taiwan and incorporating. I mean, there are so many of these things that could be duplicated. And in what type of the world will we be in? No, I think that Trump has done a very wrong thing, and he should be condemned. I do understand, however, why some of his Western supporters will not be speaking with a tongue in their mouth. Because, things are not really always that clear. That you don't want to go after, someone who my enemy is my friend, and it's not going to work in this area. Israel has so many enemies that Nigeria does not want as an enemy. There are too many issues on which we disagree with Israel that Israel newfound in friendship with Nigeria is not something we should just say. I will really suggest that top brains of Nigeria in strategic studies, in foreign policy area, to really get together this week, if possible, and have a think over the way we should react to Israeli interest. All of a sudden, I am surprised. It caught me by surprise. And even after 1 week, say that I can say this is what Nigeria should do. When decade ago, some of us were advocating that Nigeria should come up with another blueprint of foreign policy as the anti-apartheid struggle was coming to an end, to keep Nigeria within the global world. I wasn't thinking of this kind of interest in Nigeria. Thought Nigeria will come up with policies that will make it a positive actor and not an object now of negative interests. I wasn't thinking about, and the time has come for us to have a good rethink of how we should react to the United States and now to Israel, who are showing interest in Nigeria because we have problems that they think they can help us to address.
Okay. I'd like to say happy birthday to you once again. Thank you so much, and God will continue to keep you. Cheers to many more years.
Thank you.
In all of this,
thank you.
I'll take you back to the early 1800s when President Monroe thought about his Monroe Doctrine, and maybe as at 1905 when they had, I think, the Roosevelt Corollary. As at that time, you had a Monroe Doctrine with a stronger Europe. So America was not going to interfere in Europe, and Europe was not going to interfere in the Western Hemisphere. But today, the dynamics of the world has changed. You have a Monroe Doctrine going on, but with a weaker Europe, where Europe cannot call a spade concerning what Maduro has done, concerning what Trump has done in Venezuela. What danger does this portend to the world?
Very grave danger. Very grave danger. If this had happened, say, 10 years ago, when we had a unipolar world, this is after the disintegration of the Soviet Union, it should have been understandable. But with the increase in power of China, this is no longer a unipolar world. And why the United States should behave all over the world as if it can impose a Pax Americana is what we should be addressing. And I think that China should actually start to exercise the power that it has now in order to countermand the brigandage of the United States. It's unfortunate that the United States that had a Kennedy, that had an Obama, that had even a Clinton, should now have a Trump who marches all over the world. There are negative repercussions to the behavior and the body language of Trump and his advisors. When you watch that press conference that the Trump put on, it was Trump did this, Trump did that, we will do this. How can you stand there and say you are going to take over a country and that Cuba should watch out that it may be the next? This is, honestly, you remember that confrontation between Trump and the president of Ukraine, when Trump said, You know, you may be toying with a third world war. Well, it is Trump, actually, that may be toying with a third world war with what he has done.
Prof, okay, as we begin to wrap up, that leads me to the next question. Who can call Trump to order? He has violated the UN Charter. He has violated the Geneva Convention. He has violated the American Constitution. And those supporting him claiming inherent powers, they misunderstand the obvious meaning of inherent powers of the American president within the purview of the laws of the United States. So who can call him to order? Now that he says he will go after Mexico, go after Cuba, go after Colombia, is there any restraining mechanism?
Dr. Abati, we are all weaklings. We must simply accept it. We are all weaklings.
Even the U.S. Congress?
The Chinese... But this is the same U.S. Congress that twice impeached this man, but couldn't convict him because of his hold over the Republican Party. And his hold over that party is even worse now than at the time that he was impeached. So really, it's shown the weakness of the American Constitution. That Constitution is there. Congress was set up in order to countermand the recklessness of the White House. But it has just, come on, Dr. Abati, is this not the way Hitler took over Germany? Nobody believed that that could happen. Nobody. And yet Hitler did. The same thing with, what's the name of that fellow in Italy? Mussolini.
Benito
Same
Mussolini.
thing he did. So really, yes. So Trump has simply shown us, not only with this episode, but with several things he has done, that he is now a Caesar bestriding the world. And the rest of us are like weaklings, quaking in our different, in our different countries, and praying that this man is not going to lead us to a third world war. It is China, honestly, that I think has the capacity really to challenge him. I don't think China will do so, because the Chinese don't want a development that is going to bring their own ascent into power to a halt. But it is China that has the capability to do so.
Not Nigeria, sir.
Nigeria?
Yes, sir.
Well,
we can even issue a statement, as Ghana has done.
Listen.
Ghana issued a statement. Where is our own?
Prof.
Well, look. Where is our own statement? Remember January last year, you asked me a question as to how our president should deal with Trump. This was when Trump has just been elected. And I said, whatever it is, our president should not do anything that will, I've forgotten the word I used at that time.
Provoke Trump.
So, thank you, to provoke Trump, a very unpredictable man in the use of power. We have boxed ourselves because of our own internal security issue into a situation where Trump and Nigeria are not really reading from the same page. He has said that he will help us deal with our security system, our security problems. So we are not in the same position vis-a-vis Trump that Ghana is, or that South Africa is. And I will repeat it, I wouldn't want anything that will make Trump, who has started to bomb us,
All right.
Prof, I just quickly want to give you your flowers.
Okay.
And when you said it in the 80s then that Nigeria needs its own nuclear bomb, everybody laughed at you. Maybe today, if we had that nuclear bomb, we could have been talking in the international sphere. So take your flowers, Prof. Take your flowers.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.